man, the Mark late in the game, we're not showing the hit, so don't worry about that. But Mark Scheifele, Jake Evans does a wraparound to do the empty net goal. Mark Scheifele hits him, and it just I felt like for me, I just felt that like even talking about this is just pit of my stomach, and I don't quite know why, but
it looked bad. It looked. I think what it was is Jake Evans got hit and the whiplash, and then when he hit the ice, it just looked really bad, and it brought out some emotional, primal responses from basically anyone who watched it. I looked at that hit, and I didn't know what to think, honestly. It wasn't a headshot, so it wasn't, and so it didn't arouse that headshot. Oh fuck, that's dirty. Sort of response that I get when I see those headshots, like when I saw Kadri's. When you saw that, like that was legit a very dangerous predatory headshot. This was a predatory hit. This was an unnecessary hit, but it was outside of him skating all the way back, trying to get back in time to potentially stop an empty net goal. And because of that, it is a charge by the letter of law. That was a charge. But outside of that, that is as clean a hit as you can get. Just other than he was skating from the other zone, and it was heavy. It was brutal. It was violent. It really shook Jake Evans up. It was one of those, but it was also a bang bang play. It wasn't interference. It wasn't a headshot, but it was charging. And it was you can make the argument, and I agree with that argument, that it was unnecessary because of the whole build up to that play.
I thought Hockey Night in Canada did a pretty good job in showing the emotion that Scheifele was going through. And you know, there's one side talking about playoff hockey. So if we're going to get into what playoff hockey is, the Montreal Canadiens do not have a chance of winning this series without irritating Mark Scheifele constantly. Like, you probably, if you're a Canadiens fan, you want Mark Scheifele to be frustrated because he clearly, that line, compared to the Oilers series, they were not getting the same room in Game 4 that they were Game 1 of this series. He was very frustrated. I thought hockey, and just like the shot that got me, there was two shots that got me. The shot that when Evans went back, that was the whiplash, and then how he landed, because he landed. I'm kind of, for those that are watching it, his shoulders were kind of stretched, and he landed really limp, and it absolutely looked scary. And just when Cassie Campbell Pascal showed Scheifele's eyes, I'm not judging his. I want to be careful in saying that I know his intent, because I don't know Mark Scheifele. I've never met Mark Scheifele, and I don't know what is going through his head. I can't speak to that. But showing his eyes, and I think in part recognizing what happened, there certainly seemed to me that he was in some sort of moment. And there's probably, I'm also not going to pretend to be a psychologist here, but there was probably a myriad of emotions that he went through going down the ice. I think that's fair to say. And it's not one, I don't think it's one black and white that he went this. He probably was trying to, at one point, he was probably trying to get the puck. On the other hand, he was probably he probably wanted to get a shot in at Jake Evans. And we have seen shots happen, like just a pushing and shoving, making a statement. Probably a number of things. We'll never truly know that. And to me, I mean, I don't think that Mark Scheifele is a player that has a history of doing this. And again, I don't know Mark Scheifele, but to me, all of that being said, I think that one of some of the best comments was from Brendan Gallagher and from most of the panel from Hockey Night in Canada, and even what I heard from Jamie McLennan today, and a few players, is he may not be that type of player, but it was not a good play, and I think at the end of the day he knows it, and he should be suspended for it.